Hello, today we're going to be making some pop-up cards. We're going to be using notebook or printer paper to make them. You can make them in lots of different shapes. This one is a triangular one, and when you open it up, some trees pop up. This one is a small, almost square, okay? And when you open it up, there's a snowflake inside. And this one is a long, skinny rectangle. And when you open it up, this has two pop-ups, a tree and a snow person. So whether you're going to have one thing pop up or multiple things pop up, it's the same process, okay? In order to make it, you need a pencil, some scissors, some glue or glue stick, something that you want to have pop up on the inside. I try to have those ready because you're going to want to measure those, and we'll see what that's about in a minute. And you're going to need two pieces of paper that are exactly the same size. So if you want to use one piece of notebook and one piece of printer, you just need to kind of put them together and make sure that they're the same size. Today I'm going to be using two pieces of printer paper, one for the inside pop-up and the other for the outside of the card, okay? The first thing that I'm going to do is fold it in half to turn it into a card. Okay, in order for it to pop up, the fold does need to be up at the top because as you can see with all of these, the fold is up at the top, okay? So think about what you want to have on the outside of your card. This one has snowflakes, this one has a winter scene, and this one has some snow people. So design the outside of your card first, okay? Then you're going to start to think about your pop-up, okay? So this piece is folded in half already, and you're going to be dealing with the folded side here towards you, okay? If you want to have two pop-ups, you're going to need to plan for that, and I'll talk about that after we get done with one. Okay, for our one pop-up, I'm going to have it pop up in the middle, and I'm going to be cutting in about to the middle maybe, okay? All right. And so right now, when I open it and close it, there's no possibility of anything popping up. So this piece, I cut those two sides there. This piece that I cut, I'm going to pull forward to the inside, and this fold here, I'm going to bend so it folds the other way, okay? So I'm inverting that one piece so that when I fold it up carefully like this, there's going to be a blank space here, but you'll notice when I open it up, this is the platform where the pop-up can be, okay? When we're planning our pop-up, we're going to want it to pop up from the front, okay? So not up here, because then it won't pop up when you open it up. It's going to be on the front of the stand that we just made, okay? So for this card, I already told you, we're going to have a little fish that we're going to put on here so that when we open and close it, it pops up. I like to do that part last, only because then I'm sure I'm not going to glue it shut or do something else like that. Okay, so the front of the card, I'm going to open up, all right, and I'm going to set this part, the pop-up part, inside it, back inside like that, and try and line it up as perfectly as possible. Okay, you want to be careful with your glue because you don't want to glue your pop-up stand down, okay? So I'm going to use glue, and I'm going to go around just the outside edge of one side, okay? I'm going to go around this U, not too close to it, okay? Around here, and then around the outside edge like this, okay? I've already lined it up with the bottom of the paper, and when it's lined up nicely, okay, I'm going to close the top or the front of the card, and I'm going to rub, okay? Don't worry if it doesn't match up perfectly here at the bottom. You can cut it so that it matches up perfectly later. Okay, and so when I open up the top, the pop-up stand is ready. It's great, okay? But the bottom's not ready. So I'm going to turn it the other way and do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to do the edges, okay, and here at the fold, and I'm going to do this U around the pop-up, okay? Please do it on the side that has the cutout on it and not on this side, just because it's easier to estimate exactly where the glue needs to be. Then carefully close it up like this and rub back and forth. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, I can draw what I want here, and then I can put my pop-up on the inside. For your pop-ups, a couple of things you need to think about is, we've already talked about we're going to glue on the front, not up here on the top, but on the front here. Okay, same thing for this one. If you're going to have two pop-ups, you're going to want to make sure there's enough space on the outside edges here, but also between them so that they can pop up nicely and not interfere with each other. Another thing to consider is measuring your pop-up piece so that it doesn't come off the end here, okay? So in all of my cases, the one that's the closest to the edge is the snowflake. And what I mean by measuring is just place it before it's glued down, and maybe even before you draw it, just to make sure that it's not going to hang off the edge of that card, and then it's a pleasant surprise when you open it, okay? Most of the rest of these, there was plenty of space for that. And in this one, since it's a bigger card, there's plenty of space for that too. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue down my fish. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on the back of it. And you can actually put it as far up that stand as you want to, or you can put it as far down on the stand as you want to. Okay, I want to kind of get my fish noticed, so I'm going to put it up nice and high up here on the stand. Remember, gluing it to the front, not the top, so that when I open and close it, you can see that fish right away. Okay, all right, so design the outside of your card now that your pop-up is ready. Be creative and have fun.